Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. We're nearly at December, aren't we? So I've had a slight change of location for my recording, and you can see I've got my Christmassy lights and I've got my Christmas blanket. Actually, the truth is, this blanket is on the sofa all year round, and the Christmas lights are on the twigs all year round. But I do get very excited about the fact that it is nearly December. We're nearly in that season of Advent, although I bet many of you have put your decorations up already. Our children have been begging us to, and in fact they did put a few up in their bedrooms last weekend. But it was my birthday last weekend, and I always have a rule, you can't really think about Christmas till after my birthday. So literally the day after, the children went a bit crazy. Anyway, joy. We all want a bit more joy, don't we, at the moment? It feels like this winter is already been quite long, and we might have a bit of a way to go. But I've been reading some of the Christmas story, and I was reading in Luke 2 recently, well, just this week, about when the shepherds are out in the fields. They're just watching their sheep, probably having a little snooze. The sheep are just doing their thing, eating grass and pooing, probably. And the shepherds may be chatting around a fire, and then suddenly the sky explodes with light and noise. And it isn't a firework display. It is, in fact, an angelic host of angels. An angelic host is of angels, isn't it? It is angels filling the sky, singing glory to God. And one of the first things that the angelic spokesperson says to the shepherds is, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We bring good news of great joy for all people. And it's that phrase, don't be afraid. We bring good news of great joy, that I just want to focus on. You know, I think probably in this season, there are a few of us that have felt, are feeling, will feel afraid about different things, maybe for our health, maybe for the health of loved ones, maybe for what the future holds regarding our jobs. Maybe we are working in a business or for a business or own a business that is facing a real economic disaster, possibly because of COVID, possibly because of a no-deal Brexit. I'm sure many of us are feeling a sense of fear. And yet the shepherds, when they were just doing their job, felt fear when the sky exploded with angels. And yet they said, don't be afraid. We bring good news of great joy. And I was just reflecting on the fact that the angels had a totally different perspective to the shepherds, didn't they? The shepherds were going about their daily life. You know, they were ruled by the Roman Empire. They were considered fairly lowly of the low as far as the working population were concerned. And they probably were just minding their own business. But yet they were some of the first people that God chose to reveal that his son had been born. And yes, they were initially afraid, but yet they heard the angel's perspective, that there was great joy to be had in going and seeking Jesus. So my top tip for you today, whether you have met Jesus before, whether you have never even heard of him or thought he was worth investigating, if you wanted to listen to a different perspective, then my perspective, for one, is that Jesus brings great joy, and in a season where we all are desperately in need of more joy, then he's worth seeking. If you know him already, but perhaps you've been overwhelmed by your current situation, the circumstances you find yourself in, then I just want to encourage you to sit at his feet, maybe get a cozy Christmas blanket, maybe dim the lights and just sit in his presence and hear his perspective on where you're at and what you're facing. Because it's through Jesus that we can share that good news of great joy with everybody around us. So my prayer this coming few weeks, well, forever, but this coming few weeks particularly, is that you would hear Jesus's perspective on your situation, and that you would know that he wants to bring you great joy. We needn't be afraid. Take care. God bless.